morning to Madam Mawa and my fellow friends. Our title is Should Everyone Go to College? Okay, for our introduction, a college is a small institution that typically offers undergraduate degrees, while a university is an institution that offers undergraduate degrees and graduate degrees. Okay. Higher education is perceived as extremely important, and for most people, higher education is a necessary admission ticket to good jobs and other things. Okay, so for our background, according to the Census Bureau in 2014, the enrollment of students who are 21 years old and younger, it fell by 260,000, while the enrollment of students aged 25 years and older, it fell by 247,000. And according to Carnival, the college enrollment, it differs according to the economy. So when the economy is underperforming, students would they would rather go to school rather than staying at home with their parents. However, when the economy has improved, the students decided that it is better for them to stop college, to not go to college, and to look for a job instead, because there are many available jobs out there. That pattern, it tells a cyclical story about college enrollment.
Our first argument why we decided not to agree with college is not for everyone is because our first argument is creeping debt. Okay, as we all know that college is like an opportunity for everyone to further their study, and I'm pretty sure that parents and all the government agencies are very aware that if they go to college, I mean students go to college, they will have the high tendency to have a debt because they need to pay for the degree finance. According to Baum and McPherson 2008, what has been recorded is they said one intended consequences is that many more students have to take on debt to finance a college degree. So which means the students will most probably will have to take debt just to pay for their college degree, instead of they going to college. Supposedly they have job for to get to have a better future, but they come to college in this situation. They go to college and they get into a situation where they are crippled with debt. And according to what was reported by PTPTN, the number of PTPTN borrowers were increasing annually year by year, whereby in 1997, where this PTPTN was first established and first give the student loan to students to further the study, and the number was 11,956, and the number was increasing year by year, and the total payment cumulative, which is 1.69 million in recorded 1.69 million in 31st December 2010, and the total amount of PTPTN loan is cumulative 337.4 billion. So it's very clear that crippling debt is one of the biggest reasons why college is not for everyone.
Our second argument is our education system is not as good as other countries. Okay, because our education system only emphasizes on public examination results. As quoted from Dr. Abdul Wahid Jalal, he said that most Asian countries regards public examination results is important for you to get a good job in the future. And our examination system is actually restraining our creativity. As we can see, our education system encourages to only know and not to understand. A very good example is the way we write our English and Bahasa Malaysia essays. In schools and tuition classes, we are not taught to master or appreciate the subject, but we are taught the techniques to get good marks in our exams. Students should be taught to develop their own minds and equip them to deal with their lives. And lastly, the students are so obsessed with examination that the purpose of studying is no longer to gain knowledge, but they just study to get good grades in exam. Okay, so our last point would be unrealistic expectations of graduates. Graduates, they often have unrealistic expectations, and this is said so because when they are studying in the universities, they are not fully exposed to the working environment. So when they finish studying after they graduate, they thought that it would be easy for them to get a job because of their bachelor's degree. So, and also they thought that they would only be working in the field that they were studying. So when they search for jobs, they would only look for the ones that are related to their fields. And this will cause the searches to be limited, and the possibility for them to be employed will also be reduced. And according to the Student Employability Index, which questioned around 4,000 students at 20 universities, they find that almost 3/4 of the students, they expect to be employed right after they graduate. However, the government figures, it shows that only half of those graduates, only half of them actually find a job. So this proves that a college degree is not as exclusive as it once was, but the graduates are not yet aware of this situation. So it proves that college is not for everyone, because because college causes the graduates to have unrealistic expectations, and thus this has become a barrier for them to actually be employed after they finish study.
Alright, after what you have heard about all the arguments, the three arguments that my fellow groupmates have told, and now we are going to the counter argument and refutation. Okay, our first argument in this counter argument is getting a college degree will result in higher potential income. Yes, I totally agree with this, because if you compare with those who only have high school, who only end up in high school, they actually have lower salary than those who have college degree, who are graduate from a college degree. So, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics reported, on average, workers with a bachelor degree earn an average 1.14 million over their entire career, which means after they graduate and they have to work for their lifetime, and they only earn 1.14 million for their entire career. And for a high school graduate, they only earn 339,000 more what a typical. This is almost twice as much as a typical high school graduates, and 339,000 more than what a typical associate degree graduate earns. And this is a report that we quote from Kabini University 2017. Okay, for the counter argument for this argument, okay, of course, when you have a college degree, you have a higher income, definitely. But if you want to go for a college degree, you have to pay for a huge amount of money to pay for the tuition fee, which more often the student will have to cripple with that because they don't have that much money to have to pay for their degree finance. So instead of using for this money to further the study in a college degree, they can actually use the money for other purpose. Maybe they can use it for maybe build up a small company first, then build their own career on their own job, then expand it slowly. This is what actually most of the entrepreneurs do. They start with maybe a small amount of money, but the hard they put is very high, and it results in a very high income. It maybe took a quite long years, but for me, definitely the income will be higher than those who have the college degree.
Okay, so to conclude our topic, um, college is not for everyone because it will cause the students to be crippled with debt. The education system is not as effective, and graduates would have unrealistic expectations. Instead of going to college, there are many ways for one to be able to succeed in life. There are many alternative ways that people can take. So here's a question that to ponder about: is getting a college degree really worth your time and energy? Okay, that's all. Thank you.
can actually earn